Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope everyone's doing well. You have my company for the next 30 minutes ish. Maybe Dave is going to drop in beforehand before we switch over to Rokfin to do our full show. It's just me, Dave, and Orphan Red, Sasha tonight. We'll be doing the show. Ollie has had a little bit of trouble. Can't really get into it. Let's just say him and Russell Brand have a few things in common now. But anyway, um, we live in very interesting times, hence the name of the upcoming Rokfin show. There's just been so much to talk about, and I was trying to think about what type of show to do. We had a guest that was going to come on, and he's had to reschedule. He's a filmmaker. Um, I'm quite excited to speak to him. Actually, he's got a YouTube channel that the name escapes me. I wasn't quite prepared for that, but trust me, on the lead up to doing the show, I will absolutely promote the YouTube channel, so you can go and check him out before he comes on. He did a very interesting film during lockdown. It was like a small independent thing, split over a few parts. I found it after the fact, like a year after it had gone out, and he basically filmed it during lockdown. So it's in an empty London, I think he filmed it. And it's really interesting. Like the beats he hits, because he's filmed it in lockdown, but he's filmed it during the time of the Rones. And he hits the beats like you wouldn't believe the I mean, some of it's sensationalized to make it more of a film. He even predicts a project Bluebeam in it. But yeah, I mean, and that came out well before the UFO craziness we seem to be in right now. So yeah, it's good. Jumpy Adventure says Rockfin. Do you not know what Rockfin is, my friend? Rockfin is where we're going to go in half an hour. Half an hour to go and say the things that will get this channel shut down. So, yeah, the old the interview with him I was kind of trying to set that up for this week as well, but schedules wouldn't align. That should be the next couple of weeks now. Next week we definitely have Chiller Queen Avery Warner on the show. I'm massively excited about that. I've been speaking to her a little bit on social media about a few things and her various thoughts and beliefs, and it's really going to be a fabulous show. Looking forward to watching it. Oddly enough, I didn't realize this until last week. I hate reality TV, which is kind of weird. Consider realistically, doing live streams on YouTube is reality television, if we're all honest. But yeah, I hate like organized reality television. I had two vices when it came to reality TV. I had Ibiza Weekender, which is where a load of people go to Ibiza, basically just slag it up for a weekend. And I also had a soft spot for 90 Day Fiance. 90 Day Fiance? Yeah, 90 Day Fiance. And it turns out Avery was one of the participants in 90 Day Fiance. I thought, oh my word, wow. Isn't life circular? So yeah, really looking forward to that. I want to get into a few things tonight. I definitely want to get into the stuff about Robert Kennedy Jr. What he's been said, what he said, insinuated about 9/11. I think that's interesting. There has been. I don't really want to get into the developments on the Mexican aliens because we will be doing a show about that on Sunday. Looks like, I mean, I'm not saying there's not some sort of 6 minutes. I can't say it, can I? God, should I just wait for a minute? Should I just wait so I can swear when I talk? I'm not saying there isn't some sort of mischief around them, but the the way we spoke about it, especially me and Dave, as in not being completely dismissive about them being animals, being slightly skeptical about them just being bones stuck together, appears to be paying dividends. And the fact that everybody else came around and just sort of 6 minutes 13 pooed all over them. Yeah, it's, I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting, isn't it? I'm not saying they're aliens. I'm just saying that there is some type of 58, 59, 7 minutes. There's some sort of fuckery going on. There is some sort of fuckery. Thank you, YouTube. 7 minutes. Now I can swear again. Sorry, yeah, I should have answered Jumpy Adventures. Yeah, Rokfin, if you don't know where it is, mate, second platform we use. It's like our, if YouTube's our primary platform, that's the other one, in case we ever get shuffled off YouTube for being too real, yo. The Rokfin, it's basically YouTube when YouTube was cool. That's what Rokfin is. You can talk about all the crazy stuff that gets channels banned now. It is a paid service. You can pay for it, but you don't have to. You can just download the show. If you follow the show link for this tonight, this show will be and should be, and yeah, it should be free. Is free. I hope it's free. There's two people watching. There's two people waiting. Do you know what? I'm going to check this as we go because I have had quite the week, and I am, you know, an absolute moron sometimes. Last week's show I put up as a subscriber one, and it caused all manner of mischief. Is what it caused. I see. I have got it set to premium. Thank you, people. Wait, just don't worry. Gonna reshuffle this around. Right, follow the link. If you follow that link now, I've just saved that as a free show. It should not be up as a premium show anymore. I do hope to do some premium content for Rokfin at some point. It's just I mean, me and Ollie talk all the time about different ideas that we'd like to do, and it's time, isn't it? You know, we'd both like to be in the position where, I mean, me personally, I know I'm in the position at work where if making shows and making content can bring some extra money into the house, I can pull back from work for a day. I'm comfortable in my job where I can turn around and just say, gonna do 4 from now on. If doing this would all of a sudden pay for the extra day. And that's all it is time. Like, there's so many ideas that we'd love to do. There's so many different things, different projects. I would like to do like a short form. If in fact you guys hit us up if you think this is a good idea. I would like to do a short form weekly news show, like a this weekend weird type thing where we just hit the conspiracies of the weekend of the week. I think that'd be quite cool to do. But there's only 7 days in this week, and we got families and stuff. This is going to be a terrible move as well. I've been tired all day, so I made a pot of coffee before I started doing this, and I know all that's going to happen is I'll have a really good show, and then go to bed and go, oh wow, I'm awake. I could probably awake till, I don't know, at least an hour before I'm supposed to be getting up, and then I'll go, I want to sleep now. But yeah, tell us if you think that weekly show, I'm thinking about 15-minute weekly show, maybe half an hour pre-recorded that you could just watch anytime on YouTube or Rokfin, whichever platform it ends up on. I think it'd be quite a good move. There's the other things we want to talk about tonight. There's some weird stuff happened with Prince Andrew. I think that directly ties into the attacks. I'll say attacks. I'm brave enough to to back my words up. If I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong, aren't I? The attacks toward Russell Brand, because I do believe they're attacks. I don't believe they are allegations with foundation. And again, I withhold the right to be wrong, because if I'm wrong and you get upset about it, I don't care. And also, I'm man enough to go, oh, shit, I was wrong about that. Whoops a daisy. But yeah, I think that directly ties in. These two things seem to happen at kind of the same sort of time. I think we just seem to be living in this perpetual crazy town now, where it just feels like one after another. There's no rest. Like um there's no rest in stuff. I joke to my father sometimes and say, it's like, my dad's not a conspiracy theorist. Now and again, you'll see something will pop up, and like 1 month ago, he'll have gone, oh, "Shut up, Lee," and then a couple of weeks later, he'll be like, "What was that? What was that thing you said again?" And then maybe 3 months after that, you'll go, oh yeah, that," and then we can talk about it a little more. But he thinks I'm crazy most of the time. Why did I tell you that? Oh yeah. So, but sometimes I turn around to him and say, I can't think of a better thing to have right now. Like, is there anything better if you're creating content for like YouTube or a podcast or TikTok? Uh, is there anything better than being into conspiracies? Don't think so. Like, conspiracies are basically sport now. Like, there's like sport, conspiracies, and politics, and there is just a glut of content. Like, as far as the eye can see, is like, if we did nothing all week about, like, didn't turn a device on and went, oh shit, we do this fucking YouTube thing, and there's a podcast to be had, and oh, what's been happening? I don't know. Don't know what's been happening. What we're going to talk about? You could literally just turn TikTok on, scroll 3 videos, and go, "Oh well, there's a show. That's fine." The first 3 videos on TikTok are craziness that I hadn't heard of before. Madness. And I love talking about it. Who doesn't love talking about this stuff? I find the people that don't like talk about podcasts about conspiracies really weird. There's some people that you just, if you try and speak to them about things, they just like clam up, and you can see them get really tense and angry for no apparent reason. You're like, Jesus, mate, I just said maybe that third building in September didn't like burn down, seem to fall at like free fall speed, and they'll get really angry, and then you say, "Oh, I mean, yeah, the moon landings, they'll get really angry at that." Then you talk about the old, and they hate that one. You're not allowed to talk about that at all. But I find I've always enjoyed taking my mind to crazy town now and again. I look at it a little bit like the way I sort of digest conspiracy theories is always is like the way I love pro wrestling, and I do the same thing. So don't get me wrong, sometimes people get hurt in pro wrestling. So that's when the conspiracies are real. But sometimes it's bullshit. Sometimes you watch stuff like, and I've watched a flat Earth documentary, and I go, I'm not sure about this one. Like, I don't get me wrong, I believe there are factors within that. There are truths woven into the fabric of lies. I don't think the world's flat, but I do think there's some interesting things in it. But you've got to like suspend your disbelief. Just put your disbelief on the floor for a second. Watch. Then you can pop it back in your head after you've finished, because if you just leave it on the floor and don't pick it back up again, that's when you go, wowzers. But yeah, I'll just sit there and watch something, pop the old disbelief back in my head, sift through it all, what I've just watched, keep the good bits, get rid of the bad bits, and we move on. But some people don't have that ability, and I find it must be boring, if I'm perfectly honest. It must be so boring if you can't take anything into consideration without a person that you haven't ever met in a lab coat with a degree you don't understand telling you that they read it in a peer-reviewed study. And that's the only way. That's the only way you can believe something, is to have faith in things you don't understand. That's really weird. Sounds like a religion to me. Sounds like scientism, which is a flat earth word, kind of. Whoops. Should have Ollie on. Ollie's our resident flat earther. He loves a bit of flat earth. Loves it. Now and again, I'll send him pictures of things, like when there's those really neat pictures sometimes where it looks like the sun's sitting in clouds, like it's got clouds behind it, not just in front of it. I'm like, what do you think of that, Ollie? Does that look 93 million miles away? And then I'll just duck out and just stick the grenade through the letterbox. Back to work I go, knowing that he's at work going, no, it doesn't. It doesn't look like 53 million miles away. 93 million miles away. Luckily enough, even a friend of mine even took a picture like that from where I live the other day, so I could send him like a second-hand one, not even like billionth hand, like the usual ones. TC's just chimed up in the comments. Maybe extra land. I would love to hear a show more about the shaman gene too. We might get into some more of that tonight. We might get into some of that sort of stuff. The first time I even heard of the shaman gene being a thing is when I had it essentially presented to me like it was some sort of superpower. Wild day that was. Wild day. Sort of day where your soul gets ripped out of your body. There's some extra stuff actually I wouldn't mind speaking about when it comes to that thing, because there was some stuff I left out when we talked on the thing. Nothing like nothing crazy enough that I'm making stuff up. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't tell you about the grey aliens that came and tickled my nutsack. No, there was like a couple of things that were more politics wise and more about things that I get hung up on. What's the best way to say this? There isn't here. It's a big concern with kids getting taught it in schools. Let's put that. We'll just leave that at there. And there was part of my experience that directly correlated to that, and it didn't tell me what I thought it would tell me, and it's really weird because it's not something I'd thought of previously. I hadn't thought about something like that's from somewhere else, and it very much felt like a obtrusive thought, like it came from somewhere else. But yeah, that was quite interesting. I didn't bring that up when we spoke about it because I didn't want the conversation to be dragged into the gutters of identity politics and social contagions and stuff like that, and whatever seems to happen when it comes to those sort of things. Anyway, here I'll put the link to the Rokfin up in the comments again. There it is in the comments again. Barry said, "Can you call these TC?" Just no. Someone give me something to talk about. I thought Dave would be here by now. That's the problem I think with doing the Rokfin Show is we have to come on here and sort of kind of promote the Rokfin Show, and because of the content contained upon said Rokfin shows, it's very difficult to talk about the content of said Rokfin shows on YouTube because that's the reason we have to go there. It makes it a tough promo for half an hour, especially on my own. So that's one of those things. I hope you guys have been enjoying the Rokfin stuff. I look forward to it immensely. It's one of the reasons that now doing the Thursday show and definitely doing the Sunday show. The it's I miss doing the Friday show, but like if I do the Friday show, I don't see any of it. Seabright said, I don't know what the show is, only the pre-show. Go follow the link. Go follow the link to that. Sit and wait there for us. We're only going to be another 9 minutes here. Go make yourself a tea, coffee, but get yourself some snacks. I recommend popcorn, sweet or savory. Personally, I'm a sweet popcorn person. If you had time, I would suggest a pasta-based thing if you haven't had like lunch or dinner, because I think pasta is an excellent food to sit and watch stuff with. Pizza is always a good one. Everyone likes pizza, don't they? Pizza's such a good. I'm just gonna sit in front of I'm going to sit in front of a television and watch stuff. C-Bay says, prawn cocktail quavers. I am English. Prawn cocktail stuff, although I enjoy a prawn cocktail crisp. First, prawn cocktail quavers are really weird. Quavers are a strange choice of crisp, much like Skips. I think it tastes like vinegar. I'll eat them, but I do think they just taste like vinegar on their own. Someone says, "Oh, what? Hang on a second. This is a conspiracy in itself." Lisa Bowden says, "Chili, no beans." Oh, all right. Do you know what I read that as with Viennetta melted on it? On now, for anyone that isn't from the UK, I don't know if you have Viennetta, but it's essentially an ice cream dessert. So I'm there thinking, chili with no beans, that's a wild choice anyway. The beans are some of the best parts of chili. And but then to melt ice cream over it seemed very strange. But and anyway, roysters are the thinking man's crisp. Roast beef flavored roysters or T-bone steak flavored roysters. Beef monster munch if you want to feel like a child. Hedgehog flavored crisps where it's at, absolutely. I'm sure I was saying something insightful before I started talking about snacks. David,
So,
what's your favorite crisps?
what the fuck are those?
Chips.
Oh, I think it's Fritos makes these like little spiral queso ones. They're really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They make different ones like barbecue, honey, and chili and stuff. And
But anything with barbecue, honey, and chili on is pretty good. My favorite crisp is in the UK. It's known as an American style chip, but I don't know if I don't know if it's like a made up American brand for the UK.
definitely.
Roysters. No, they're a good. They do a T-bone steak flavor royster, and I enjoy that. Yeah, as you can see, I ran out of things to talk about, Dave.
That's all right. I'm here now.
How are you doing?
I was in a rush, man. I didn't change shirts or anything. This is, for anyone wondering, this is pretty much my normal
straight
fare.
from the Pride Parade.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Out there with my flag and everything. I got lots of them. trying to get my camera angles right.
It's
man.
You look stunning, Dave. You look stunning.
This is the light on my head.
Yep, it's great. Everything's perfect. Everything's perfect. Paul Carr says a nice bag of jerky. Yep, jerky or Beltong. I go for Beltong over jerky, but I will take jerky if it's all that's offered.
We have a gas station here, Buc-ee's. They have jerky bars.
I know you do.
Pretty awesome. We stopped at it twice. Yeah, I took the guys to it. You got to go to Buc-ee's. Yeah, man. Other than that, just slowly trying to get back into shape, whatever the fuck that means. But
I've decided to take. Now hear me out. I've decided to take Charles Manson's example and advice, because I was thinking about what I said the other week when I said he said that the trick to be in freedom is not wanting to be outside of the prison. If you don't want to be outside of the prison, you're free inside it. I don't want to be out in shape, so I'm now free. I'm now in shape, but not in shape.
nah, my country's too close to the edge of some kind of fucking civil conflict. You gotta be able to at least run 100 yards with some gear on,
Yeah. Do you think it's getting rough? Do you think it's getting close?
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately. We'll see. It's a good conversation for Rokfin.
Yeah, it's fine. I 100% believe that Joe Biden is the future of your country, and he will lead you to prosperous lands.
Yeah, he's so stunning, so brave.
Yeah. Well, I think with 2 minutes to go, that's probably a good time to get off. If people want to go, I'll post the link back up there now. If you want to go over and wait for us, that'd be great. It's 34 of you there now, in this now. If you don't all go over, I take it as a personal insult. And Ollie will continue to self-harm. I mean, I don't think
he's not stopping at this
point. I don't think he's not stopping now, but could do.
If anything, you give him a little motivation. It might not be a bad thing, but it'd be a bad thing for the show.
But yeah, go over and wait for us. We've got a good show lined up, and we'll see you in a minute. I haven't got anything queued up.
Nah, I'm just gonna bounce out of here and go jump over there. See you guys over there where the fun happens.